Hey guys, welcome back to another Modern Warfare 2 video, and today we have more leaks. Now, remember last couple days I posted a video talking about more Modern Warfare 2 leaks, and they're all coming from COD Warzone Mobile? Well, yeah, we got even more, and there's just been so much leaked to it. Like, just a quick rundown, we have tons of the multiplayer maps from Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. We have a bunch of stuff about DMZ in here. We have weapons, we have operators. Dude, we even have stuff in here from Call of Duty 2023 as well as COD 2024. For a game that's not even going to come out for another 2 years, we already have leaks and literal images of that game. And it's all just because they was added into Warzone Mobile. And the devs, dude, oh man, like this is insane. Like we've never gotten leaks like this far in advance, but I mean, there we go. So I'm not going to be covering everything in today's video. Instead, we're going to kind of split it up based on topic a little bit, like stuff about like COD 2023 and 2024. We'll talk about that in a separate video, as well as all of this is kind of too much to just handle in one video. So today we're going to be just taking a look at the multiplayer maps, as well as a few other things in here as well. So here we go. So the multiplayer maps were leaked. So this is all coming from Realty UK. So he was like, he's the man, basically. He's the guy who's been posting all these Warzone leaks and the Warzone mobile leaks, right, for Modern Warfare 2. And so he's been posting a bunch of stuff about it recently, the last like week and stuff. Well, he just hopped on Twitter last night, dude, and it was absolutely insane. So he's like, okay, let's start the thread here. The Grand Prix map. And now he has all this watermark. So now I'm not going to show you guys the full image, but you can see it here within the tweet. But these are like actual images from within the game. So these are like the loading screen images. But Grand Prix map, boom, that is the first multiplayer maps. Second one we have here is Oil Field. Pretty freaking cool. Next is Museum. He says, dude, these colors, I'm just so happy as a fan right now. Oh man, like next one, codename Saba. Ooh, this one kind of reminds me of like Havana from Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 1 stuff, so pretty cool. There's one called Hydro, which looks to be like in some sort of desert, something like that. Pretty freaking cool. I'm gonna skip the ones from Treyarch's game. We're just gonna focus on Modern Warfare. But he says, unfortunately, not every map has a loading screen at this time, so I'll post them when they get added. There's still much to come though, just not as much as expected. Well, okay. Then he says DMZ key art. Okay, pretty cool. We have a series of strings here. We have LUA menu MP/DMZ description COD experimental mode for IW9. We have tons of strings and stuff here. We have DMZ missions. We have secure intel. Upload the hard drive data. We have survive. Defend the stash. Rescue hostage. Secure the hostage. Deliver cargo. Deliver the cargo to the HLZ. Elimination. Eliminate the HVT. Secure radioactive material. Find radioactive cache and one remaining. Cargo shipment and deliver the cargo to the HLZ, destroy supplies and destroy 2 supply sites. That's pretty cool. As well as hunt PMC unit and eliminate the target PMC unit. So, holy crap, dude! Like there is a lot going on here in this mode. And I can't wait to play it. So, I mean, it sounds like this new DMZ mode, I mean, of course, we know this from some leaks. It's not going to be actually coming out until early next year. So, it's kind of considered its own game, supposedly. It's going to be basically kind of how Warzone was to the original Modern Warfare, right? Warzone didn't launch with Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare did launch with 3 modes, right? When Modern Warfare launched in 2019, it came out with a campaign, a multiplayer, and a Spec Ops. So it was like Spec Ops / survival. And then in March of 2020 is when Warzone was actually released. Well, it's going to be similar this year with Modern Warfare 2. We're going to get campaign, multiplayer, as well as some sort of third co-op Spec Ops mode thing. Apparently it's not going to be DMZ. DMZ is not going to be ready in time, so we're going to have 3 modes, so it's going to be the same thing pretty much like Spec Ops, basically. And then later on this year, sometime after Modern Warfare 2 launches, but before the end of the year, we're going to be getting Warzone 2, which in this case, it's going to be its own game. It's going to be separate from Modern Warfare 2, so that's pretty cool. And then it sounds like the same thing is going to be happening with DMZ. DMZ is going to be launching sometime early next year as a, its own free-to-play game, just like I said, just like what happened with Warzone. Warzone was free-to-play, and it was its own thing, but it was also still tied in with the main game, so it'll be its own pretty much free-to-play Call of Duty game coming out next year, but there's still apparently another free-to-play Call of Duty game coming out next year too, so That's all just crazy stuff, guys. All this stuff, I'll try and clarify it as much as possible in another video. But yeah, DMZ actually sounds really fun, and all these missions and stuff all sound really cool. So to me, I mean, like we all know at this point, it's all going to be similar to like an escape on Tarkov mode. But it kind of sounds a little similar to, I mean, stuff like Outbreak. Like you have all these missions and objectives and stuff you can do in this giant map. And that's kind of cool, and it was kind of like, to me, like I said, it sounds like Outbreak. How in Outbreak, you have all these different like challenges and stuff you do. So like you go over to it and you activate it, and it's like, okay, what does the game want me to do here? Like, oh, I got to defend this area, or oh, I got to go kill like an HVT or something like that. I don't know. I really liked that about Outbreak. There was, by the time the DLC season was over, by the time like Outbreak is now, there was tons of objectives you could end up doing, and I think the more objectives you have in sort of like an open world thing like this, the more fun it is. So I'm excited about that. DMZ should be pretty fun, as well as so we got some more stuff about DMZ. He posted some more strings from the game files. DMZ gas station, DMZ UAV tower, train, SAM site title, vehicles in here, safe title, exfil, stuff like that, as well as this giant list of tons of like missions and stuff. It says like MP/mission, scavenger hunt, smoking gun, assassin, loot stash. Holy crap, dude. Like, you guys can pause if you want. We have a whole another one in here. Vial of insulin, broken glasses, valuable liquor. Like, bro, what? Holy crap, like look at all this. Then there's another one here, resort, quarry, hydro, fortress. And then he also posted an image from DMZ2. He says, no BG, but this looks to be the proper key art that Tom Henderson posted about a while ago. And he included this. Now it's a really weird image, and people are like, well, bro, like what is that image? And he says it's like based on like 2 different layers or whatever. Also, see, it's kind of sad about all this stuff. Like, this all happened last night. It all got leaked out last night, but then this morning, Activision finally cracked down and they DMCA'd his account. So now, like, luckily we got screenshots of all this stuff. It's already been leaked out. So of course, the second it gets out on the internet, it is never getting put back in the bottle. Like, it is forever out there. So like now, like, we all have screenshots of this, so you cannot go to his Twitter and find this stuff out for yourself, unfortunately. But then he got back to talking about maps. He says Farm 18. And then Ghost of Hope actually replied. He says, this is one of the maps the creators got to play. Pretty cool. We have a swap meet is what he says. Swap meet ? And it says, oh, F it. Let's carry on. Sierra, this is a ground war map. Freaking looking super cool. I mean, because people say like, oh, what does GW stand for? And he says, okay, it's for ground war. All right, cool. Then he says, thought it was Caldera point of interest for a minute there. This is Fishtown for ground war. Pretty cool. We have more DMZ key art. Cool stuff there. And then one thing to note here that Tom Henderson posted, he says, good to know that Warzone 2 and DMZ share the same map though. I'll still have that MW2 DMZ Warzone 2 article out here in the next few days. So stay tuned on the channel for that. We'll be covering that article as soon as he posts that. But yeah, so it'd be kind of cool though. I mean, later this year will be really interesting because we'll get to play ground war maps within Modern Warfare 2, which all those ground war maps should be sections of the Warzone 2 map, just like they were within the original Modern Warfares. All the sections of the ground war maps in that game were sections of Warzone, were sections of Verdansk. So that's kind of cool. But it sounds like that'll be happening here, as well as sometime later this year after Modern Warfare 2 releases and we get Warzone 2, then you'll be able to play, on the Warzone 2 map, but then it'll also be, kind of like a little sneak preview of, oh, hey, we get to play this map on Warzone, but then here in a couple months after that, after Warzone 2 drops, we'll be able to play that same map again on DMZ and doing all these new things with the new DMZ mode, which will be pretty cool. And then just a couple quick little things here to add on here at the end. Ghost of Hope, he says, Kurd Grand Prix map is a Modern Warfare 2 is a studio favorite. Somebody replied, can we drive cars though? And he says, no, they race in the background during the match though. And this is what it's based off of. It's based off of an F1 race, which, dude, that actually looks so good. Like, that is a great map idea. Like, a lot of the recent Call of Duty games have kind of been bland in their map ideas and design stuff, but that one actually sounds really cool. And then Ghost of Hope also followed up. Somebody was like, oh, so there's about to be tons of doors, and he says there's barely doors on most of the maps that he's heard about, LOL. So that's pretty cool. As well as lastly for this video, Ghost of Hope says that Trials will return within Modern Warfare 2. So Awesome stuff, guys. Well, we still have more stuff about weapons and operators and a bunch more leaks and stuff, but we'll be covering all that in a separate video. I don't want to make this one way too long because, I mean, most people don't end up watching videos that are super long, so we got to break them into multiple parts. But if you guys stayed here all the way until the very end, thank you so much for doing so. Always appreciate it. If you guys are new around here, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.